Well, this is our hyperball field. I kind of designed this from memory.
Get out.
We went to the second ever hyperball event that was ever held, and it was in Birmingham, England, which was awesome, and I just fell in love with it. Then they started springing up the fields started springing up all over the country. I helped build the first Badlands field in Chicago, which was interesting. Working with Rennick and Chris Lasoya. Chris and I built it pretty much. But, you know, I built this one from memory because it has a lot of the things that I really love. A really long snake, has a baseball diamond. So, you know, you can call it out A's in second base or third base. Got a big X in the center. And it's kind of a throwback to the way pros first started playing when we wanted to have spectators. So it was fun. It was the first time we kind of got out of the woods. Woods paintball is a lot of fun, but you know, the fields were the size of Montana. And these were a lot smaller. And so they were a lot of fun. And we've been working on this one. We've got an event coming up here pretty quick. And so we're adding some bunkers, and we're adding to some bunkers. And then we'll have it ready by, probably middle of next week. But even so, people play on it every day. And it's a lot of fun. It's a riot.
Don't crash.
I won't. I promise. So right now, working on our Alamo field, which will be another concept field. It's going to be a lot like the hyperball field, but not quite the same, because we have a two-story structure on it that's going to look like the Mission at the Alamo. You can see we're working on it now. It's got a second floor. Don't have the ramp up to it yet. And we're not done with it. It's got a lot of work still to go. But it's been fun, and then we'll have bunkers all the way up to it. So you'll be attacking the Alamo, or you'll be defending it. And now we've got another field here that we haven't touched yet. When we get the Alamo field done, we start working on the Old West Town. We haven't decided what to call it. It's going to be Dodge City or Tombstone or something like that. And it'll have, there'll be a street right down the middle of it. The town will be 100 feet long. There'll be buildings on both sides of the street. The saloon and the bank will be 2 stories. All the rest of the buildings will be 1 story, but they'll all have windows, doors, boardwalks, and whiskey barrels sitting out front, horse troughs, stuff like that you can hide behind. So it ought to be a lot of fun. You know, that's what we want to do, is we want to set up the park so that it is just fun for everybody, all ages. Everybody's still a kid. I don't care how old you get. There's still a kid in each one of us. And we've got 3 woods ball fields out here. So a lot of people started in the woods playing paintball, and everybody that comes out, you know, if they haven't played, that's where they want to start. They want to start in the woods because it's like playing Army, like you did when you were a little kid. It's fun. Our woods ball fields are pretty much weed free, just a lot of tall grass. And it's been very popular. I'm going to drive us on this first one. I don't think I'll drive us on the other 2. They're a lot thicker than this field. But they're just big wooded areas. Lots of trees, lots of bushes. We put a lot of bunkers out here so that kids can hide behind them, run to them. They've got forts and stuff like that. And we keep improving them, you know. Every year we do a little bit more to each field. And I'll be out here in the next couple of weeks working on all 3 of these, because we do have a big game coming up in September. And we'll combine all 3 fields for that game. And it'll be a big field, but it'll be a lot of fun. Well, Warped Sportz really, you know, we changed a lot over the years. We originally, you know, we did a lot of aftermarket stuff for high-end markers, and we had our own version of a lot of people's markers, or a lot of companies' markers. The Angel was the first one. We called ours Dark Series, And, you know, we sold a lot of guns, but as things changed, so did we. And then we started selling all kinds of stuff and manufacturing a lot of different things. We did a clothing line, we did hard goods for accessories for markers. It was a riot, you know, but it took a lot of people. Big building. And so I've changed since then. Now I really pretty much just do my thing, you know, do a few online sales and run this park. And to me, it's the best thing I've ever done, because I get to be around young people all the time, and I get to let them have fun. And that there's nothing better than that. Seeing young people having a good time and helping them do that is about as good as it gets. Well, everybody gets tired. I scraped it, I think. I played professional paintball for a long time, and I had a good time doing it. You know, I mean, I ran the team, owned the team, promoted the team, and we were a winning team. So we got to play all over the world, I say. It really wasn't all over the world, but it was to me. We got to be world champions in, I think it was 2000. No, it was 1999. And then we were European champions in 2000, 2001. And that was a lot of fun because we got to play all over in Europe. And we went other places besides that, but we never played another series that was, you know, out of country. Got to play in Canada all the time, go to Skyball, played in Tombstone, kind of little town. It was an indoor thing in the middle of the wintertime in Montreal when it was freezing. That was a riot. So, you know, I did all that, and then as I got older, I figured I better retire because all the guys that I was playing with were considerably younger than me. And I could tell I was slowing down a little bit, you know. I was never fast. So you start losing some speed when you're already slow, it might be time to hang it up. Let somebody else play. So I did that, and then I kind of concentrated on business, and but I coached still. I coached and still owned the team, and you know, went to all the events. But after that, after a while, I even got tired of that. You know, I coached my son's team for a little while. They played semi-pro and Division I, and it was fun doing that for a while too. But even that got old. It's not anybody that tells you that coaching is as fun as playing, they're lying to you. So now I try to play every Sunday with the local kids, and they're a lot younger than me, but I do have a good time. And so I enjoy that. I enjoy running the park. There was a period there where I got sick. I got diagnosed with liver disease and told that I needed to get a new liver. And fortunately, my son Alex donated part of his to me after a couple of years of being on a waiting list. And ever since then, I've just pretty much been running the park and not having a lot of stress. Not having a lot of employees, but definitely zero stress. So I like it. I like it a lot better than what I used to do, which gave me all kinds of stress. I help the guys out. I kind of sponsor them. I make sure that they have what they need. But really, I don't coach. I'm done coaching. I enjoyed it while I did it. Alex has taken over. My son Alex has taken over coaching responsibilities, and so he's given it his best shot. And I hope that they do well. You know, I get to play with those guys every weekend, and I see a lot of progress. They first started playing at my old field, which we really didn't have a tournament field. We had a kind of semi-hyperball field out in the woods. And it wasn't that great, but they played on it, and I told them it'll make them better. I might have been wrong. But they enjoyed it, and they kept up with it, and then they followed me to this field, and it's been a lot of fun. You know, they practice every weekend. They do practice with some of the other teams from the area occasionally. We've had several practices here where, you know, we'll have 10 teams. We've had teams from Denver, Lincoln, Omaha, and Salina come out to practice, Salina, Kansas. And sometimes we go there, you know, to practice on their fields. So they get a lot of good practice in, but you know, if they're not practicing someplace else, then they're here every weekend. And it's been a good thing. So and they're all getting better. They really impress me. But maybe I'm easy to impress. I don't know. Maybe we ain't got enough gas to get up that hill. Here, we'll see. Here we go. Well, baby, I think we're running out of juice in this bad boy. All right, we're gonna have to go plug this thing in, I think. What do you think? We'll go plug it in, and that'll give it more energy. Every paintball field should have golf carts. The team's goal is this will be their first national event, and I have encouraged them to go. I've been pushing them all year long. I want them to go and find out what it's like, because the regional events are great. They're fun, but they really need to go to a real national event, watch some pro games, watch some other games, and just find out what it's all about, you know. And it's a riot, you know. There's a lot more pressure at a national event, but it's a lot more fun too.
How do you think they'll do?
I think they'll do fine. They're going to be playing in the lowest division, so they're a D5 team, which is where you start. There are several divisions, D5 through D1, and then basically semi-pro and pro. And I think they're going to do just fine. There'll be an awful lot of teams in that divisions, and anything can happen. But I think Alex will make a fine coach for them, and I think that the desire is there. They practice more than anybody in the area. I talked to the Lincoln guys, and they practice every other week, and the Kansas guys practice about once a month, I think. So, and they're going to some of those events already. So our guys practice as much or better, more than anybody else in this part of the country, and that to me says they're dedicated. You know, they're not just out there screwing around. They're really trying to get better.
So the guys that are set to go so far, what do you have to say about them?
Well, Zach is probably the leader of the team. He's very talented. You know, they all need to work on things. They all have little things they need to work on. Zach needs to communicate a little bit better, but he's an awfully good player. And I think everybody on the team respects him. You know, they know that something's going to happen. He might make it. He's the one that probably will make it happen. Jordan, great guy, cowboy, tall. Love the way he plays. He kind of plays the way I used to. He shoots his gun. He constantly shoots his gun, and he makes great moves when he knows their time is right. Dion has been playing the Dorito side of the field mostly. He's wiry. He runs low. He dives early, gets in his bunker, and he is an amazing snapshot, as well as Corey. So, you know, everybody on the team does something really well, you know, and I think that they play really well together. They've got good chemistry. They have been playing together now for a couple of years. Last year they played in about, 10 tournaments. I think they only won 2. But you know what? This year's a different year. They haven't played in near as many tournaments. They just practice all the time. And I think that they're just really looking forward to this one. We'll see what happens, you know. I think that I'm going to be there rooting them on. Like I said, I won't be in the pits with them. I'll just be watching. I'm just a fan.